area. Later on, Poet Laureate Ray Clark Dickson will be here, and we'll be talking with Miss San Luis Obispo County of 2001. Kaili will be here. Kaili Capito, I want to make sure that's correct. Before we get to the show, I wanted to mention a couple of items. I don't know if you read this. 79-year-old Joe Roberts broke the world's pogo stick record. Yeah, he hopped 17,000 times in 24 hours. They say it wouldn't have taken him that long, but they had to slow down for the kidney transplant. Nobody understands me. Right. I don't know if you've noticed, well, you have to if you're a driver, gas prices are soaring, and of course they always blame it on the summer driving time, but it's in some areas of the country now it's over $2 a gallon. Well, I have an Arab neighbor, and he was telling me that gas prices will continue to rise until every Arab in Saudi Arabia has an air-conditioned tent with a 2-hump garage.
There you are, bing about
There you go. Bing. One other one now, just a little joke. That if you've heard this one, don't stop me because I want to hear it again. Lady walks into a psychiatrist's office carrying a poodle, and the shrink says, "What seems to be the problem?" She said, "Well, it's not me, it's my husband. He thinks he's a poodle." I think you told me that.
No, I wouldn't be caught dead doing that.
Well, reminiscing with Robert Burridge, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why we're on a 2-shot for this entire segment, but that's okay. They're having problems in the back room there, Bob.
Okay.
I wanted to get you on a close-up and get a smiling shot of you. How's everything going?
I'm one of the lucky artists.
There you go. Now you're on.
I'm one of the lucky artists. I get to paint every day, and once in a while, Kate sends me out on doing workshops all over the United States. So, and then I'm still doing the workshops or in the teaching art marketing classes at locally here at Allen Hancock College.
Yeah, you do keep it. You know, I painted the bathroom yesterday.
You
that
did,
doesn't
did
count,
you?
though, does it?
That's why I don't have the word painter on my business card.
Listen, the last time I talked to you, though, you were assigned by Starbucks as their official artist there, and your work has been all over, but something new has happened, a little harder drink this
well,
time,
something
right?
harder to drink, yeah, but
Not
easier to go down, they say. Yeah, I just finished the Starbucks series. All those prints have sold out, and but now I'm been named the official Pearl Vodka artist.
Man.
There's a new vodka out there, Pearl Vodka, and it's from Canada. It's from winter wheat from that area. It's absolutely the best vodka I've ever had, and so I'm really proud to have my painting and artwork appear on their neck, on their hang tag right there. And it's all over the United States in sporadic places. About 300,000 bottles were done for initially, and they're getting ready to do their second series right now.
Distilled in Canada, huh?
Distilled in Canada. Yeah. It's winter wheat, 5 times filtered, all those good words. But I'm telling you, it's really fantastic. It's more fun to go into places like Safeway and stores like that and see my painting as a display over the bottles.
You know, this bottle alone, though, must cost them $8 because it's very, very heavy.
I don't know what it costs them, but I know in the stores it's about $20, $22. It's not an inexpensive vodka. Yeah,
you have to drink it straight.
And oh yes, and it's very smooth, incredibly smooth, and real vodka drinkers are going to love this. Well, and if you're not a vodka drinker, you're going to love this too.
You might learn to like it, huh?
Yeah.
My wife and I will thank you tonight with a toast
You're
later
welcome.
on. Thank you so much.
I
hope that goes very well with you. And every one of them has your painting.
Has this painting,
the tag, right?
It has the tag on it, and it has a little bit about me and where my artwork can be found. My website is on there, and so I'm very accessible.
That is really neat. Now, how did this come about, anyway?
I've been painting a whole series for the past 12 years called The Good Life series. As I said to you earlier, I don't hate anybody, and so all my paintings have real positive, upbeat. And certainly during the martini and cigar craze several years ago, I was doing a whole series of paintings, and one specifically of the martini glass. And they found me at Art Expo in Los Angeles, and one thing led to another. My gallery, Powell Street Gallery, up in San Francisco, made arrangements for me to meet with them. They met with me, and they have my paintings hanging in their corporate office, which is now their official image for their bottles. And I'll be doing another one coming up for next year's version too.
Oh man!
So the original painting was this size here.
We just showed a little bit of your Good Life series there too. You want to do this? Okay,
sure.
Here we go.
This is the original painting.
This will be a camera 2 shot here if we can get it.
I don't know if it's all in there, but
there we go.
It's a big painting. It has pearls wrapped around the bottom of it like that.
Yeah.
So it was fun to do that.
Wouldn't you love it to take a swim? Never mind. Work your way out of there. That's very, very nice.
Thanks.
All right. Well, you do stay busy, and of course you're still teaching out at Hancock as well, and at your home now.
Oh, yes, we have some workshops, Saturdays and Sundays, workshops. We take about 20 students. We spend all day long painting with them. Kate makes a great lunch for everybody, and it's a real party. But we're doing about 8 of them this year during the summertime. And again, if anyone is interested in taking a one-day workshop, they can certainly either call, I'm in the phone book, and or get online, robertburridge.com, of course, and you'll find out more things than you ever need to know about me.
Okay.
And
the number, okay to give your phone number
absolutely,
here? It's 489-9649. That's so easy to remember.
It's even I remember it. Even I don't even call myself, but I can remember that one.
489-9649.
Yeah, thanks.
We're going to take a very short break here in a moment, and then we're going to come back and talk about some of the things that are going on now. I know you've done some traveling around the country as well.
Traveling. We'll talk about that.
And also, you're involved in another movie. The last time I talked to you, you were the art consultant on a movie. So we'll take a very short break, and we'll be right back with Mr. Robert Burridge. Mattress and Bed Superstore proves that the top name brands Sealy Posturepedic doesn't have to be expensive. Only $4.99 for a queen-size set. Sealy is #1 in sales and customer satisfaction surveys. Free delivery and setup, or free bed frame with qualifying purchase, and free removal of old bedding at Mattress and Bed Superstores in the Laguna Village Shopping Center, San Luis Obispo, and Albertson Center in Atascadero. But hurry, sale ends soon.
Miss Etiquette is available for workshops, seminars, and fundraisers. To answer all your questions on proper etiquette, visit her website at miss-etiquette.com.
For great food in a cheery atmosphere, try the new Station Grill for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Burgers, chicken, deli sandwiches, salads, and more. Station Grill at the corner of Highway 1 and Grand, adjacent to the rail station in Grover Beach. Call 489-3030.
And we're back. Thanks for waiting around. We're with Robert Burridge, a very good friend of mine. Robert Burridge is he's one of the busiest artists I've ever known, and you stay that way all the time, don't you?
Well, we treat it as a business, and most artists don't. And I have to stay. It's my only income, so I better keep at it. And so.
But this assignment alone has got to be lucrative for you.
It's very good.
Extra acreage.
It gets my name out. I love it when my name's on 300,000 bottles, and with my website. So we're getting a lot of hits and a lot of interest in my work. And it really surprised me that we're actually getting commissions to do some paintings from the website. So it's working out.
That doesn't really surprise you though too much, does it?
Well, I don't know. I didn't know that people were going to be buying artwork off the website, but they are now.
They buy everything off
they
the
are.
website.
I mean, I do too.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Well, I'm glad it's going well for you because you haven't changed at all. You're a very nice person, and I know you always will be.
As long as I'm selling, I'll be happy.
Oh, you'll be a happy guy. And yet every day you paint every day, don't you?
Every day. I don't know if it's Wednesday or Sunday. Really, I go down to the studio early in the morning, about 7:30, 8 o'clock. On the way, it's about a 50-yard walk to my studio, and it used to be an old cow barn. So we've kicked the cows out, and so there's fields there. There's horses. I say hi to the horses, hello to the cows, hug the pigs, feed the chickens, throw the food to our local crow who comes to
work your way to the.
I work my way. I feed them and love them, so I get into the studio about 7:30, and I crank up some music and I start painting every day.
Do you listen to classical or?
I start off with classical music in the morning, usually some Rossini overtures.
Oh my.
I dare you to paint slowly with a Rossini.
I would think
it's
so.
very rousing music, and then I get into some, believe it or not, operas, a lot of Verdi operas and Puccini operas, because I love the passion of singing. And so I hear that gets me going.
Broader strokes for you?
Absolutely, big broad strokes, and I'm throwing it out on everybody.
Yeah.
And that's why nobody comes to my studio. They're going to get wet for sure. And I spend all day in the studio, and I don't have any telephones, which is great. Just
Your wife is very good at fending off calls.
Yes, she does. He
is in Bob's world.
Yeah, well, she calls it, when I'm down there painting, she calls it, he's in Bob's land.
Yeah, Bob's land.
And that means I'm not part of this society at that time. And so I'm painting, and I treat it very seriously. And Kate is constantly marketing me, and she spends 8 days a week
really
marketing
good at
me.
that.
Yeah, we all need a Kate. We all need a marketer. We all need a wife.
Yeah.
And a lot of those artists out there, including the female artists,
Take
know
my
what
wife,
that means.
please. I'm
yeah,
sorry. I'm
I'll
just
take
kidding.
it, please. But we all need someone to help manage it, and it is a team effort. I have the fun part. I get to just paint.
But Bob, you're now teaching at your residence as well.
Yes, we're doing a workshop. We do several of them throughout the summer times, over the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. And the first one is coming up the first part of May 5th, I think May 5th and 6th. And we take about 15 to 20 students, tops, and we paint all day long outside in my lands.
Good.
We have 8.3 acres of property to run around and paint. So we're really happy. We just purchased the property, so now it's all ours.
But at the same time, boy, you must be busy. You're still teaching at Hancock as
Still
well, though,
teaching.
are you not?
We're doing a fast track program right now, right in the middle of it. It's only 8 weeks long. And this one is called Art Marketing. And it's a very important subject because we all go to school to learn how to be good artists, but we don't know how to market ourselves. Unfortunately, my background and also Kate's background is very strong in marketing, so we kind of pooled our talents together, and now this is our second or third year we've been teaching art marketing. And it's not only for artists, but people who are just thinking about being artists. We have performers, professional performers,
Really?
singers, not just particular painters. We have sculptors, singers, writers.
Talk show hosts?
Talk show hosts, you're more than welcome to take it. We'll show you how to put together your portfolio and all that good stuff, and how to do a bio. Also, we have gallery owners coming. So they can know how professional artists should approach them when they have their own galleries. So it's a real mixed bag of people.
Tremendous service, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you critique the work of the young people? You were saying some of your students are younger. Do you critique it and encourage them or tell them what they need to do to make it better?
In my longer workshops, yes. Part of when I teach painting, that's one of the things that we do towards the end of the workshop. We do critiquing, how to critique your own artwork, how to build a better portfolio, how to get your work into galleries, how to get them into the corporate collections, those kinds of places. So,
you know, that must be very difficult because as so many areas of art are, it's subjective.
Totally.
You might say, this is really terrible, but, you know, I mean, if you were being honest and you really believe that, you might say that and destroy this young person's aspirations.
And that has happened all
careful.
the time. If you read the stories of artists' lives, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
What I like to tell students is, younger students, just because someone doesn't particularly like your artwork doesn't mean that they're the right person for that artwork. Yeah. The right buyer will be around. I've had a painting sitting around for 2 years, different galleries, and hasn't sold, thinking that, okay, it's time to take it off the market. And the next day someone came in and said, that's exactly what I've been looking for. Where have you been my whole life, kind of a thing. So the right owner will be by. And it certainly is, it's not going to be, you can't please everybody. And you shouldn't be painting for other people anyway. You should be painting to please yourself.
We're going to take a very short break again, Bob.
Okay.
We'll be right back with Robert Burridge.
Let Water Gardens Unlimited add uniqueness to your landscape. If you're considering a new pond for your yard, George Newman will give you a design assessment at your home. George carries virtually everything you need to build your pond, including filters, pumps, skimmers, and rubber liners. He also offers affordable yard art on display, plus a wonderful selection of water lilies, plants, waterfalls, and fish. Come see it all at Water Gardens Unlimited, 1361 Viva Way in Nipomo, or visit our website at www.thewatergardens.com.
See any good movies lately?
Everybody's shopping at As Seen on TV, the most unique store on the Central Coast. As Seen on TV stocks everything you'd like to order from TV infomercials for less. There's no shipping and handling costs, so you save money. There's no waiting, and you can check out the product before you buy. Come in and browse at As Seen on TV, open 7 days a week in the Rouse Shopping Center, 871 Oak Park Boulevard, Pismo Beach. As Seen on TV, call 481-3776.
For all your printing needs, A&G Print and Copy. Color copies, graphics, bindery, laminating, and computer forms and checks. A&G Print and Copy are the business specialists.
Now, what are we looking at here? there, Bob?
We're looking at two
My
images.
brother.
Your brother. See the one on the right or on the left here?
I can't tell.
These are animals sitting in martini glasses, and it's a series of paintings I'm doing called Party Animals. And it started out as a joke, and now it's become one of my most popular series. People are sending me snapshots of their favorite animals, and they're commissioning me to put their animals in martini glasses.
Isn't that the wildest thing?
It's wild. I never knew I was.
And this is called what?
This is called Let's Get Hammered. It's terrible, but it seems to be the real popular. We're making prints of this particular pig painting, giclée prints, so you can get them about 11 by 14 and a little bit smaller. Yes, again, you can get them off my website.
You know,
if you like.
You seem to be rather consumed with liquors here.
Well,
and all that stuff.
it seems to be. It's part of the good life. I'm trying to tell you.
Thought.
Oh, there goes the vodka bottle.
Okay. No, but it's really work for. Now that's a Manhattan, obviously, by the color there.
I don't
Your
care
dad
what,
drinks
as long as
Manhattans,
it's my
right?
dad. He's 91 years old and he's still gone strong. Manhattan has one cigar a week. And
That's not bad.
Not bad, and he's still gone strong.
All right.
Yeah. So.
Oh man.
I guess it can't kill you.
So anyway, no, it can't because I drink those things too.
Good
and
for
look
you.
at the shape I'm in. That's what scares you a little bit, doesn't it? Okay, we're going to talk a little bit briefly about you were involved in another movie again. This one called Dean Quixote.
Oh, Dean Quixote is a movie that was shot, and we just saw the cast and crew screening of it down in Hollywood. It's 4 characters, and it's called Dean Quixote. One of the characters plays the part of an abstract artist. And most of my public does not know that I'm really an abstract painter. I've been painting abstracts since 1960. So most people don't. And so this was an opportunity for me to get my abstracts. They found out about me. We sent the paintings down. We went and dressed the set, and we were there for the filming of it. The producer is Richard Simpkins. He did, it's a cult film that's out running around right now called Swingers. So this is his second film. It's called Dean Quixote, and it's very funny. So as I said, we went down to see the screen, cast and crew screening. Very exciting. They rented a big Hollywood theater, and there was the movie, and there were my paintings about 100 feet tall.
That must be a thrill.
Oh, my heart was pounding. Especially they even gave me. They called me up and they said, "How would you like to have your name on the credits?" I was very excited about that.
I'm sure you'd say no.
And I said, yes, thank you. And they said, how do you want it to appear? And I said, big and slow, so they could read it.
Very good.
And by golly, they did it. So I was like a little kid. I was so excited.
Isn't
seeing
that
them.
something? Well, now, has it been released yet?
No, it has been. It's been released. They're waiting for distribution right now,
Okay.
and I know the producer is running around the United States and Europe looking for distribution right now.
You know, isn't that the case with everything? You know, you can have a good show, but if you don't, or a good record, or a good song, or whatever, but if you don't have distribution,
that comes to that. You can write a good book, but you don't have good distribution. So that's what they're doing right now.
You know, you really have had a lot of honors in your young life already. Top 10 emerging artist. I don't know when that was. That was a couple or 3 years ago, wasn't it? Winner of the prestigious Philadelphia Watercolor Society Crest Medal Award.
Oh, yes.
Previous honorees: Andrew Wyeth,
Yep.
John Singer Sargent, and Picasso.
Yeah, not a bad company.
Robert
so
Burridge
I don't know what I
right
did
up
wrong to be included with those guys, but evidently they like my work. So it's a real honor.
Man, I think that's really terrific stuff.
Yeah.
And you put out your artsy newsletter
Yes,
every month as well,
Yeah.
which is, I think is very nice that you do that. Let people know what's
Let
going on.
them know what we're doing. Again, it's all part of the marketing program that Kate and I put together, and let people know where I'm going to be going and where I'm going to be showing. In fact, we're booked for the next 5 years.
Oh my gosh.
With workshops all over the United States. And right now they're talking about Tuscany and south of France within 2 years'
wouldn't
time.
that be awful to
So
have
you
to
want
go
to come
over
along
there?
and you can sing
Yes,
and I can
would.
paint and.
We'll do it in the cabaret, a small cabaret.
Absolutely, we've got to do it in the cabaret.
Take a Pearl vodka.
Take the Pearl vodka over there. I'll bring my pig paintings, and we'll never come home.
Now you were just down south for a tour recently.
I
were you not?
I was in Palm Springs for a week at the Palm Springs Desert Museum. Then I swung over for a week in North Carolina doing a workshop there. And we just swung up to Sonoma, up into the Napa wine country area, and doing a 3-day workshop there. And I think I'm back in my studio right now.
Boy, oh boy.
Getting ready for workshops here at the ranch.
Have you taken any time off yet since
I
the
don't even
last
know those
time
words.
I saw you?
No.
Well, you've taken a very short, as I recall, a boat trip.
Oh, yes.
And you had all kinds of problems on it, too.
Well, I bareboat, which is basically you get on your own sailboat in the Caribbean, and I get to captain the boat. And so I'll take another couple with me, and we just party for a whole 10 days in the British Virgin Islands. Not a bad gig. And I don't do it every year. Maybe every 2 years I get to do this. So yeah, I get to swim with the dolphins. That's exciting. Oh, someday I'll bring the pictures.
You're about due for another.
I'm ready for another one. It's that time of the year.
We've got about a minute left, and I wanted to sum it up by first of all thanking you very much for taking the time and bringing your work. Didn't we have one more we wanted to show you real quick?
This is part of the series.
This is
more Pearl vodka now with the cigars, and so I know the company's looking at this one as possible image for the next wine bottle series.
That really looks nice.
I mean, the vodka bottles.
Look at that, your monitor up there. It looks like your head's about to go in there and take a sip.
That'd be a surprise if it were really that large.
Okay,
Thank
you, Bob.
You're welcome.
Best of luck to you, although I don't think you need any more luck. You're just you're moving along very, very well.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
See you again soon.
Thanks.
Robert Burridge, and we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Ray Clark Dickson will be here. We're going to hear some new poetry. Don't go away.
Fantastic.
Hi, my name's Doug Costa with Guaranteed Fitness. People often ask me, how can you guarantee that you'll really get people in shape? Well, actually, it's pretty simple. There's only 3 things we have to do. One is make sure you always have a trainer, which we do. Number 2, we'll get you on the right kind of program. You'll do part cardiovascular, part light weight training, and stretching. With those 3, we know you get in shape. And most important, we work on the food plan for you, meaning that you'll manipulate carbohydrates, and with that, we know that you lose body fat, and you'll be in shape in 60 days. We guarantee it.
For the biggest and best pizza on the Central Coast, make tracks to Sam's Giant Manhattan Pizza, 883 Oak Boulevard in the Ralph Shopping Center. Eat so good.
For all your photo processing and enlargements, come to Photo Plus at 1229 Grand Avenue, Arroyo Grande. Call 481-4436. That's 481-4436.
My next guest is the Poet Laureate of San Luis Obispo County, appointed, I think, a couple or 3 years ago, Ray Clark Dickson. Also been on the show several times before, and you're looking good, Ray. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you for coming on the show. How you feeling? You look good.
Oh, I feel electric, alive, scintillating, moving.
You can't ask any more than that.
You know, I feel like, you know, I hope you'll forgive me for peeking at my notes.
No, not
Rick.
at all.
It isn't that I forget, it's that I remember too much. And, and because of time. You know?
I wish I said that.
Yeah.
What is going on in your life right now?
Well, I feel a little pinch of mortality every once in a while. And, you know, I'm trying to cling to curiosity. That's my bag, curiosity.
I'd love to hear you talk, Ray.
I cling like one of Hemingway's 6-toed cats to the wall of time, you know.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. A little self-deprecating humor doesn't hurt at all.
No, not at all. Not at all. We have your latest book here.
Yeah.
We wanted to talk about this. I remember the last time you were on the show that you were about to put this together. Mm-hmm. And it is out now. It's called Parlando, Selected Poems by Ray Clark Dickson. This is a very lengthy book, 285 pages. How many poems?
95.
How did I skip that? You're absolutely right. Well, with the pictures and all, yeah. But who's counting? How many poems in there, though, out of all that?
About 200, I think.
And representing how many years of your life?
Well, quite a few. I write 4 poems a day. I'm a narrative poet.
You still do?
I have thousands of those.
Oh, I had no idea that you still write.
Yeah, yeah.
What's your most recent one? Did you bring it?
The recent poem?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I wrote one this morning.
Did you bring it with you that you could read it?
It is kind of sad, though. I mean,
it's sad?
I think it might be better to get into my jazz poetry.
You want to do that?
Pick the beat up a little bit for
Okay,
you.
I understand we have some music back there, too, that we can play in the background. All right, do you have one selected?
You know, parlando means words as music.
All right. It's all yours, Ray.
All right. Someone said jazz is our largest liberty. Look at me, an 81-year-old drummer. It proves that the gummiest of genomes has a beat. And now the instrumental background to 3 poems. I'll keep it around 5 or 6 minutes.
That's cool.
They're by Easy Disc, called Blue After Hours. mastered by Dave Morella. So let's begin with no one to say goodnight to but Billy. And that's Billie Holiday, of course.
That's great.
A certain jazz beat gets me hopping about like a sommelier of canned heat. Digs deep, thrums scrim of double notes, unlocks my 9x15 neural cell of sounds where fate sets in. Plays a 120 decibel flugelhorn with a wah-wah mute. Mahler sounds like Mozart. A meeting call for jocks and heads milling about an old 10 cents a dance ballroom senses. Segovia strings B.B. King's Lucille. Improvised duets and contretemps. And a crazy Russian drummer whacking skins like a Decembrist exiled to Tucson in the summer. And Madame Marimba slinks about in her white spangled dress like a tubular resonator disguised as an icicle. Ah, I can't wait for night to come so I can listen to Billie. A song so sad in her cocaine slur. A sound so fine it dusts the moon with silver nitrate for the body's print, revealing Billie's beating heart, tone of weeping flowers, dulcet with aloneness, layers of sound sifting down through shades of blue with no one around to say goodnight to but Billie.
That is excellent.
They got another one coming right
Let's
up.
do it.
Son.
We have time for one more before we go to a break.
One more.
All right. I like to watch you perform. You actually perform like a singer. That's cool.
It's called Man with Bass.
All right.
A little story. Gauze flutters in his windows like moth wings around a fiery stump of flesh. Lenny, our stand-up bassist, lost his right arm in a subway. A newsboy wrapped it in newspaper for the medics who said, "Hey, nice try, man, but no cigar." At least it was in the classifieds and not the personals, says Lenny. Hey, maybe there's a band somewhere that's looking for a one-arm bass player. We laugh at him without looking in his eyes. Lenny complains that his lost arm is itching at his shoulder as if searching for the sound. He sits alone in his room with his bass he calls Charlie, who talks to him late at night. Charlie moans, groans for attention, pleading for the return of his voice. I want it back, Jack. The Charlie has a deep, ropey sound, says Lenny, ripe and rosinous. Tied us up together in this miracle package called America. New York to Philly, LA to Seattle, all those little jazz club dance halls lit up like June bugs on a summer night. Lenny flexes his left hand, strong, true, fingers talon soft, drumming on the shot glass rings as if walking down the backbone of a woman. Charlie watches from his corner, big shoulders hunched down in shadows. You do what you gotta do, says Charlie. But I want my sound back, Jack. My dun 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 dun.
Boy, you get a little emotional with that one too, don't you?
Yes,
Yeah, that
I
is
shouldn't,
wonderful.
but you know,
Ray,
I don't trust people who don't cry a lot. You know, I have a beautiful
nor do
Polish
I.
wife.
Nor do I. That is absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Do you have a short one to take us to break?
Sure.
One for about a couple of
Can you turn
minutes?
the music on again?
Yeah, you want the music
it's supposed
again?
to just keep it going.
Let's
you
try
know.
a different track. I think I know that one by heart now.
Yeah, it's supposed to just continue
Yeah, it will.
on. There's a little brief Oh, I don't have to read a jazz poem. I've got a
You can read whatever you like. I enjoy it all.
He's got one coming on.
Oh, something to go with the mood music? Yeah.
This one's called Between Silences in Havana.
And I've even got the vodka for us if we really need it, you know. Okay.
Not in Havana, man.
All right. It's rum, huh?
It's a bit of rum here. Between Silences in Havana. Light lies gray and even on the sea. Outside the window, the mussel seller's daughter wears a string bag of silvery black shells around her neck. The old woman in the room across the hall sits day and night by daguerreotypes of her dead children. Faint phrasing of time. The old dance halls of Havana come to life. Sonoras singing by their congas. Soft voices in cachimba. A frothy frottage in darkened rooms by a clientele of oystermen and goatherds. Que lindo es sonar despierto. How beautiful it is to dream while we're awake. Lips with the flavor of lime mango. Traces of honey liqueur the Russians call medkova, that leaves the long, lingering sweetness of her kisses. A mouth partly open, breathing silences, no words, more blissful.
Oh, that's wonderful. Take a very short break. Right back with Ray Clark Dickson. Stay with us, folks. Home Appliance Center is your one-stop local superstore for all major appliances. Family owned and operated since 1985, Home Appliance Center features factory-authorized sales and service of all major brands, including Maytag, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and GE. Plus, you can save money on as-is appliances, all with full factory warranties. Same-day delivery and service in most cases. So come to Home Appliance Center at 951 Grand Avenue in Arroyo Grande and have a honey of a day.
For Make and Brew, see the Doc at Doc Sell It. His warehouse is off of Broad Street at 855 Capitolio Way, right here in San Luis Obispo. 781-9974. For Make and Brew, see the Doc at Doc Sell It.
For all your printing needs, go to Slowco Data and Printing Incorporated. Mailing lists and labels, direct mail processing, graphic design, printing, and more.
If dedicated, high-level personal service is important to you, when you're ready to buy or sell coins, stamps, gold, or silver, then California Coin and Stamp is your store. You'll find Alan and Lois Crawford there to help you 6 days a week, and you can find them at 253B Granada Way, San Luis Obispo, off South Higuera between Tank Farm Road and Prado Road, or give them a call at 541-8775, 541-8775, and tell them Rick sent you.
Rendezvous is French for let's meet. So let's meet to defend the environment. Let's meet to buy wholesale and organic plants. Let's meet to dance and celebrate. Let's meet to learn more about our earth. Let's meet Sunday, April 29th at the Windrose Organic Farm in Creston. The day includes the public viewing of an organic farm. This picturesque scene will be complemented with environmental booths, arts and crafts for sale, and educational seminars. Rendezvous, April 29th at the Windrose Organic Farm.
You're looking at the most recent book by my guest, Poet Laureate Ray Clark Dickson. It's called Parlando, Selected Poems, and available at most of the independent bookstores around the area. Am I right, Ray?
Yes.
Like Coalesce Bookstore, Morro Bay, Volumes of Pleasure, Los Osos, Cambria Bookstore, Cambria.
Yeah, and the novel
Experience, downtown San Luis Obispo.
Or any of the bookstores.
I have only had a moment, and thank you very much for dedicating this to me. I mean signing it. I've just had a time to skim some of these, but your work is really wonderful. I mean, it's like your heart and soul is poured into every one of these poems. And when you're a performer, Ray. You know, you don't just sit there and say words, you perform.
I hope really the words are meaningful. I ham it up a little
Indeed
too much.
They are. But I was commenting earlier that so many writers, whether they be poets or authors of books or whatever, seemed to end up in Mexico. And you did too, didn't you?
Especially in 1952 when Jack Kerouac was there.
Oh, yeah, on the road with Jack.
Yeah, we'd meet all the expatriates and meet.
Yeah.
I lived between Tosco and Cuernavaca, so I had to catch a ride into Mexico City.
I see.
And he lived there in Villa Alberta, I think it was, a long sloping roof, and we'd meet out there. And
was he a hero of yours at the time?
No, I didn't know him too well. I just got out of the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
And, well, but later I was...
he did some things that impressed you, though?
Oh, yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember. He died very young, did he not?
Yeah, he died at 47 years old.
47 years old, and I don't remember
he left a $9 million literary estate, that young guy.
Yeah.
Because it was the time, and the Beats wanted to change, you know.
Oh, yeah.
After the Eisenhower years, they were a little...
yeah, he was the leader of the Beat generation. Do you recall what the cause of death was? It just has gone out of my mind.
It would seem to be it was liver.
Yeah, from a little heavy drinking.
And the green tequila, they sometimes have a little strutful remembrance.
He liked to have a bit of the bubbly.
That was the old days.
All right. At any rate, I wonder if I could get you to read a couple more poems here from your jazz collection there, and we're going to play the music background for you as well.
Oh.
You had something here that you wanted to do first, though, right? That you did today?
No, do you want, it's a sad little poem if you want to hear it.
Hey.
You know, I was thinking about the kids at school, school tragedies.
Oh, yes, the shootings and so forth.
In Europe, a tradition to use a white horse for a child's funeral carriage. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
So I knew that because I'm rehearsing or researching things with my wife, Marysia Mazars, you know, writes Polish American fiction.
Yes.
And her novels she's researching. And I heard that, so. It's called Upon Finding a White Horse for a Child's Funeral Carriage. When the white horse was found in the dark forest, it rebelled, refused the halter, as if it knew a small grief could grow to an unbearable sadness, a lamentation too heavy to pull down quiet streets by the school, where children threw fresh flowers that stung the air with the innocence of their sorrow.
That's beautiful. What do you think about all these shootings that are going on? There were two in the San Diego area about a month and a half ago.
My daughter lives near that school.
Oh, is that so? Yeah, I grew up in that area too.
Yeah, I know you did.
Santee. And the one
you used
in
to
Colorado.
wake me up in the morning on that wonderful program of yours.
Oh, you told me that before. That's amazing that we go back that far. It really is. What else do you have there, Ray?
I understand you want to. Let's see. Oh, why don't I, without the music, why don't I just have one of Jack Kerouac poems?
Fine.
Sounds I forgot to tell Jack Kerouac about in 1952. I'm in an old yellow caboose on the siding, head resting on a conductor's thin cane satchel, hard as a motel pillow. He's up forward somewhere on duty for 6 more hours, doesn't know I'm here. Sleepless sounds of a little all-night switch engine grunting and goading big freight cars into lines for unloading the wealth of America. A refrigerator car droning like a jungle cat sleeping off a full stomach. Scritchy squeal of steel on steel. The pneumatic whoosh of bleeding brakes. Shuddering lock of couplings like giant steel handshakes after crossing the Continental Divide. And here in the half-drowsed heat of Albuquerque, layers of sound. Harsh, heavy light, pitiable as a plash of mother's tears. It's here I'm appointed conservator of sounds for the southeast, northwest, eastbound, Rocky Mountains, and the long desert rolls, the short, stuttering stops of the cities, backing, fitting, starting, stopping like transient lives, swinging lanterns of light on the ceiling, time to the soft, crunching beat in cinders by the switchman's boots, all hushed for the moment, waiting for the final sound, persistence of the engineer's whistle, the train cry, choruscations of its call. Ring in a sting of tin-cup morning coffee, picking up your bedroll, Jack, and moving on.
Oh, that's very, very nice. You know, I forgot to mention the other thing here, too, that you're involved in. We just have 1 minute. Quickly, I want to do this. San Luis Obispo County poets have until April 30th only to submit their works for a poetry anthology titled Perspectives on Places, Voices, and about San Luis Obispo County. So you want to get your entries in right away, and if you need more information, all you poets out there, call the number I'm giving you now, 544-9251, 544-9251. Don't forget to pick up this book. You will enjoy it. It's absolutely wonderful, and I just had time to skim
Thanks for having me.
Parlando by my guest today, Mr. Ray Clark Dickson. And thank you, Ray.
Thank you very much.
Many more happy birthdays to you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us. Kaili is here. Miss San Luis Obispo County 2000.
The Box Express carries boxes for shipping or moving, UPS, FedEx, private mailboxes, notary service, packaging supplies, and is a utility pay station. Go see Lisa at Box Express.
Advanced Hearing Aid Center in San Luis Obispo offers digital hearing aids for the same cost of conventional hearing aids, and satisfaction is guaranteed. If you think you have a hearing problem, call Alex today for a free hearing evaluation. Don't go a minute longer having to ask people to repeat themselves or having difficulty in hearing people over the phone. The price is right, and the time is now to see Alex for a fitting to begin better hearing at Advanced Hearing Aid Center, 628 California Boulevard, Suite B, in the California Medical Center.
Ladies, browse through the wonderful selection of affordable fashions at Les Boutique. 60% new, 40% pre-owned merchandise, 100% affordable.
In the interest of variety, and this is the height of it right now, I have with me Miss San Luis Obispo County of 2001. Her name is Kaili Capito. Kaili, thanks for coming by today.
Thank you for having me.
Sorry for the wait here. We had some lighting problems.
It's okay.
How are you doing?
Understand. Very good, thank you.
Now, when did it happen? When were you crowned Miss San Luis Obispo County?
It was actually on March 17th, St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, right around the corner, not that long ago.
A good luck day for you.
Yes, apparently so.
Yeah. And where did it take place?
At actually the Cal Poly Theater.
Okay. How many people were competing for the crown this year?
There were 6 of us all together.
And are they representing different sections of the county or cities, or how does that work?
No, actually there's a pageant in just about every city, and each girl represents a specific county, and then, so the girls in this particular pageant were from San Luis Obispo and Paso Robles, that area.
Oh, I see.
So you have to live, work, or go to school in this area to be named Miss San Luis.
And what caused you to enter a beauty talent contest? What do they call it? Just a pageant, beauty pageant?
Yes, it's a scholarship pageant, actually.
Actually, it is involved.
It's a scholarship pageant.
Yeah.
That's actually how I got involved. Was I happened to go to the bookstore and buy a book to find out about scholarships, because I was starting Cal Poly and was looking for a way to pay for my education, and just happened to come across by luck the Miss America program, and wrote them saying that I was interested, and they immediately wrote me back a letter within a month, and the next month I was in my first pageant. So, and
this was your first?
No, this was probably my 4th or 5th.
Okay.
I've been in them a couple times, but I've been able to make some scholarship money by just competing in pageants. And this one in particular, I got $750 for school.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah.
And what about if you win the Miss California pageant?
Miss California, it varies. She usually ends up getting at least, I think it's $10,000.
Ooh, that
yeah,
wouldn't be bad,
and then Miss America, there's so many different awards you can get. I think it's about $80,000 a year they end up giving away.
Pay out some of those school loans
for California,
so
yeah.
forth. Yeah.
And my loans are high, so.
I guess they all are now. You know, it's inconceivable to me how expensive an education is anymore.
It really is.
Speaking of education, what is your aim after you get out of college and what profession are you hoping for?
Well, I'm a theater arts major at Cal Poly, which is a wonderful program. And after I graduate, which is going to be this June, I'm planning on moving down to Los Angeles with a few friends.
You're a senior already?
I'm a senior
you
already.
Look so young.
I know,
I'm sorry.
everybody says that. But hopefully I want to go back to school and major in business at UCLA, and I would like to ideally end up opening my own independent production company. So
wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
if you hit right, you can make a lot of money and have the right clients. Who is your sponsor for the competition right now?
Well, actually, that's one of the things I need is to get sponsors. Each girl has to come up with a certain amount of advertising for the Miss California program booklet.
It's up to you.
It's up to me, yeah. I have to find sponsors, so that's one of the things I'm desperately seeking is anyone that would be willing to donate money, which ends up going to the girls for scholarship money to help them pay for the education. So.
But not only money, you also need help in luggage and
bathing suits, swimsuit I don't have. Yeah, it becomes really, really expensive over time, just accumulating a dress to wear for evening gown, a suit, shoes, jewelry, bathing suit. There's so many things involved.
So it's like subsidizing an individual Olympic
athlete
in a way. That. It really is kind of a, well, it is a contest. There's no question about it. I was doing a little reading up here on the judging system. You'll be interviewed in front of a panel of judges. By the way, what part of California is the next competition?
It's going to be in Fresno.
In Fresno.
At the end of this June, the last week of June.
Oh, it'll be nice and warm for you by then.
Yes, thank goodness.
What are the judges looking for? What are they looking for? Do you know exactly?
Well, they're looking for a couple things. The two biggest areas of scoring are talent and interview. They look for a girl that has at least one talent that she is really involved in. She can get up on stage and perform, which for me will be singing.
That's what I understand.
Yeah, and then also her involvement in her community, which is developed in the platform. Each girl has to be involved within her community, volunteering for an organization that she is really passionate about, and for me that's cancer awareness.
Your mother was afflicted with cancer?
My grandmother passed away a little while ago from cancer, and since then I have met so many people that have been diagnosed with cancer. My grandfather is a cancer survivor. My vocal coach, Mary Moyers-Lee, she's also a cancer survivor. It's amazing to me. My pageant director had someone pass away from cancer, her mother. Everyone that I come in contact with now, it's amazing how many people have been affected by cancer. So.
My kid brother died of it in October.
Yeah.
So everybody knows somebody that's been affected by it. So they're giving you 30% on your personal interview, so it's quite important, isn't it?
It's very important.
Talent 40%. I think that's the highest percentage point. Then only 15 for evening wear and 15 for physical fitness in the swimsuit. I can remember a time when if you weren't really la 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 in a swimsuit, you wouldn't get to the final 15 or whatever it was. It's changed, hasn't it?
It's changed a lot since then. Yeah, now especially with the Miss America program in particular, it's more based on a girl's involvement in her community and her ability to get up and speak and present herself well. So.
Okay. What have you decided what song you're going to sing for the competition?
I have. I'm going to be singing "Losing My Mind." It's a Sondheim song from the musical Follies, so I'm really excited about that.
Can't go wrong with a Stephen Sondheim song.
No, you can't.
And I understand that Mary is going to be helping you out. She's going to be playing piano. Now, is it true Rick Sutton is donating an hour of his recording studio time?
He's so wonderful. He agreed to donate his studio for me.
He wouldn't do that for me.
Well, maybe if you competed in Miss America, he would.
That's
I don't know.
Why. Well, that's good. Now, this is coming up pretty quickly then. You have to get this done.
Yeah, I have to have everything finalized for orientation, which is going to be the first weekend in May, May 4th. To get everything, all my sponsorships and all that done. So.
But I understand that they're only allowing you like 2 minutes to show off your talent. Am I correct there?
Yes, 2 minutes.
That's real tight, isn't it?
It's a very short amount of time, but it gives you enough time to get out there to really show them what your talent is, get to the core of it, and get off stage. And there's so many girls. There's 53 counties that are being represented at Miss California, so there's a lot of people for the judges to see.
Have you been practicing walking in high heels and turning and all that stuff?
No.
And in a swimsuit?
Not yet, no. I think that's one of the things I'm worried about the least is walking on stage. I'm more worried about the really important parts, which is just getting involved in my community and working on my talent, things like that.
The interview is something that, you know, time goes so fast for me. I guess the last several years, though, that they really put a great deal of credence on that, though, don't they? Because if you become Miss America, for example, you're going to be the representative and you're going to be out giving talks all over the country.
Yes.
Which also brings up the question, if that should happen, and I hope it does for you, what happens to your education then? Are you going to be able to keep that up? Are you going to take a little time off if that happens? Have you thought about that far ahead?
Yeah, well, I haven't thought too far ahead about it. I'm just going to concentrate on Miss California for right now.
That's smart.
But by the time, even before I compete in Miss California, I will have my degree in theater arts from Cal Poly. Yeah. So probably, ideally, I would take off a year to be able to tour and promote my platform because it's so very important to me.
Put that production company on the back burner for
yeah, maybe a year. Yeah, and then after the year's over, I'd probably go back to school and use the money that I got from Miss America to pay for my education when I go back.
Well, that's smart. And you'd also have all that experience behind you.
Yeah, public speaking and all kinds of opportunities.
Okay, let's see if we can't maybe drum up a little support for you here because it's kind of nice to have somebody going to the Miss California contest with a smile on her face and the right clothes on her back. So you actually need some expense money, right? Okay. Travel and hotel expenses. You have to pay the whole thing there.
Yes,
I had no idea.
Which is, it's wonderful that I have. Sharon Luisi is my executive director for the pageant in San Luis, and she's been amazing. She's already been able to provide me with a couple of dresses, and she's helped me so much that, I mean, especially as a college student, you already are only being able to work part-time and going to school full-time, so it's really hard to be able to pay for all the expenses. Yeah.
I would think it would be. Is she at Fresno, moved to Morro Bay, or
she actually
Visalia?
Is, Visalia. And she has a house in Morro Bay too, so she commutes between the two.
Oh, that's got to be kind of rough there.
Yeah.
So, okay, also, here's just some suggestions, donations in the following areas: tanning and nail salons, wardrobe, evening and talent gowns, swimsuits, casual clothes and shoes, luggage, jewelry, all those things you really do need when you compete against the other girls, don't you? And how would people go about making their donation or their pledge to you?
There's actually a contact number for Sharon Luisi, which should be on there.
Would it be to Mary Moyers Lee?
Or Mary. It would be better to call Sharon.
Okay, but you know,
But you don't have that number.
No, I sure don't. Let's see. Oh, I'm a little bit embarrassed, but I looked this over twice and I still don't see it.
That's okay. We can give the number for Mary even and do that.
Well, here's a number you can call. This is Mary Moyers Lee. She's quite a spokesperson for you. And her number is 481-2206. And another number, 481-6186. So we'll put those down on the screen when we get this show edited. Are you pretty excited about this?
I am very excited. This is actually the first time that I'm going to be competing in Miss California, so I can't wait. I've been competing altogether for about 2 years. So I finally get to go.
What about in some of the other contests that you've competed in? You have to spend some time with those other girls because you are rehearsing numbers and so forth. Have you made some friends that you stay in touch with already?
Yeah, actually the current Miss Santa Maria Valley, Marquis Conzum, me and her are incredible friends. We met competing in Miss Santa Maria a couple years ago, and we've remained friends throughout the whole pageant system.
Kind of nice, huh?
Yeah, so we get a room together when we go up to California this summer. So she's a wonderful girl. I like her a lot.
What is it you like best about the competition, or maybe it is? Yeah, really. What do you like? Because you know, I think I'd be scared to death to enter a competition like that. Especially, it would be so silly of me to do it anyway. But I mean, let's say that I was a woman. I think I would be really frightened to do something like that. It takes a little bit of gumption, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. I think the hardest part, but probably my favorite part of the whole actual competing process, is the interview, because it's so hard to get up in front of a panel of 6 or 7 judges, and they just can ask you questions, anything, political questions, what's your favorite color and why does it represent you as a person? They can ask you anything they want, and you have to be able to think of a response on the spot, in the moment, and be able to be very vocal. And it's something that's so hard to do, but at the same time, I've gained a lot by going through the interview process.
You're doing fine here.
Thank you.
The usual answer is, though, I want food for everybody and peace in the world, and that wins hearts.
No,
not anymore.
I don't think that does anymore. Maybe it used to, but not anymore.
But the easiest part for you will be, I would assume, because it's all you and you're confident of your abilities as a singer. Am I right?
No, actually, that's probably one of the hardest parts for me. Just because, I haven't been singing for too long, only about 2 years. So yeah, I'm more of an actress since I'm a theater major, and singing is something that I've recently been challenging myself to do, and especially being involved with the Miss America program, I've been able to work on my voice and add that talent to my bag. So.
Let me give you a quick magical gift. When you're going for that extremely high note that you're not really that sure of, think high before you hit that note. Just a few seconds before you come to that phrase. Okay. And you'll hit that note. Okay. That was a gift given me before. Now
I have a high note to hit too, so I'll use that in Miss California.
Best of luck to you, Kylie. I hope you come back as Miss California and win when you go to Atlantic City or wherever they have the Miss America contest. And again, I do want to give this number here. If you'd like to help Kylie with a donation to help her buy the various articles that she really does need, the number is 481-2208. and 481-6186. I'll repeat those, 481-2206 and 481-6186. And I hope we'll be seeing you on national television in a few months here. Best of luck to you.
Thanks.
And thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.
Pleasure. I like your hair that way. It looks good. We'll be right back.
Here at the Computer Junkyard, we offer used and refurbished computers, printers, complete systems, motherboards, hard drives, keyboards, mouses, and various cards like sound, network, and video cards. You name it, if it goes into a computer, we're likely to have it. We can meet or beat any price in town, and we offer discount pricing for volume to retailers and nonprofit organizations. Come on in, stop by, meet us, see what we can offer, and say hi to Junkyard Jack.
For great food in a cheery atmosphere, try the new Station Grill for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Burgers, chicken, deli sandwiches, salads, and more. Station Grill at the corner of Highway 1 and Grand, adjacent to the rail station in Grover Beach. Call 489-3030.
Miss Etiquette is available for workshops, seminars, and fundraisers. To answer all your questions on proper etiquette, visit her website at miss-etiquette.com.
It's impossible. Tell the sun to leave the sky. It's just impossible. It's impossible. Ask a baby not to cry. It's just impossible. Can I hold you closer to me and not feel you going through me? Split the second, I never think of you. Oh, how impossible. Can the ocean stop from rushing to the shore? It's just impossible. If I had you, would I ever ask for more? It's just impossible. And tomorrow, should you ask me for the world, somehow I'd get it. I would sell my very soul and not regret it. For to live without your love is just impossible. Can the ocean stop from rushing to the shore? It's just impossible. If I had you, could I ever ask for more? It's just impossible. And tomorrow, should you ask me for the world, somehow I'd get it. I'd sell my very soul and not regret it. For to live without your love is just impossible. Impossible. Impossible.
thanks to Bob Burridge, to Kaili Capito, and to Mr. Ray Clark Dickson. Thank you for looking in, folks. We'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.